one family member, the kids perhaps, under the weather because of it's so cold outside and we're all under a little bit of sniffles, well, soups are the thing to go to, especially hearty soups that use whole grains like spelt or farro, or orzo, which is barley, and I like to combine them with lots and lots of vegetables. And of course, doing this at home means that you're raising the level of nutrients in whatever it is that you're preparing. So here we go, starting off with one of my little tricks, which is to always have a jar with garlic already peeled so that you can very quickly, very fast get into your kitchen and have it ready. Of course, I ran out, so it's calling for this particular recipe with my new member of the family, my new Thermomix 7, which is making cooking just so much more fun. I can't tell you that I'm just in love with it, and so are my kids, and we're gonna show you why through this journey as you follow us through. And so it's asking for 3 garlics. So we're gonna go ahead, and if you are at home, it just means you go ahead and you just chop these up if you don't have the Thermomix. But I have my 3 garlics, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the lid and chop. Basically 3 seconds for 8 the velocity, and really that just needs chopping, fine chopping. Thank you. And now we're gonna go ahead and look for the onions. So I'm gonna quarter it, and we will measure it. There's this tare function on any scale, including Thermomix, which just brings everything back to 0. So make sure you learn to use that in between measuring. And I'm thinking that we're gonna go just a little bit overboard with our onion, because you can never not have enough onion for those who can handle onion. For those who cannot handle onion or garlic, my go-to substitute is always the leek. Nobody seems to have an allergy or repeat that. Of course, don't forget that we're trying to be a zero waste kitchen, so I'm discarding all the peels and all the little ends and everything into my little bowl, which I'm then gonna stick into boiling water, and then I'm gonna make a vegetable stock that then we can use tomorrow for some risotto or for another soup or whatever. So just start becoming mindful. Remember those little sustainable changes that I want to encourage you to make that will last a lifetime? Well, this is one of them. Let's start avoid throwing things in the trash that maybe we can actually pull as much of the ingredients as we possibly can from. So we are now moving on to a carrot. Again, cutting off the ends. Well, usually I eat those, but for the sake, we're going back to tare. And this is just a rough estimation because it is a stalk. So we're done with the carrots, and I'm seeing that I'm a little bit overboard. Again, this is not science, but you can eat the extra stuff. It's yummy. We're not going to do celery. Celery is really good for you. It's alkalining. It brings in a bit of a salty flavor into things. So this is the standard meripois. Like anybody who does any stew or any estofado, stew in Spanish, or any preparation that you really want to bring a lot of flavor, simple ingredients, meripois, it's the onion, the garlic, or the leek. It's the carrot to bring some sweetness. It's the celery to bring some saltiness, alkalining. Some people put some tomatoes as a base as well. Some either do peppers like red pepper, but really the 3 main ingredients are there. The sweet of the carrot, the saltiness of the celery, and of course spices and the onion family. So I'm gonna go ahead and get more celery. which I have in the refrigerator for these kinds of occasions, that it's ready to go. And it's not by chance that my celery is next to my carrots, because not only do I use it to add a lot of flavor into my stews, but I actually use it to also bring in a lot of yummy sticks into my kids' lives whenever we're doing something with sticks or veggies that we really want. And we're almost there. And so my celery, we're good. And now for the leek. So this one actually has onion and leek, which I really like, because the aloe family, allium family, is super important. We actually want to be consuming onions or garlic or shallots or some member of that family on a daily basis. I did not put the tad in. So I'm going to go under by like 50. Yeah. Because yeah, between the onion that I overdid and that, let's not overdo it. And now we're gonna chop. So if you were at home, you would basically add all these ingredients by chopping them small into a bowl before you cook them. You know, one of the things that I really noticed since I've been on this journey of cooking with the Thermomix since my kids were born, it's just how silent it is. It really is amazing. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring down everything that we've cooked. Wow, that's a lot of vegetables. Look at that, beautiful. Like, I'm just so excited because this, for all those sniffles, we're gonna come back with some real nutrients that are homemade. And of course, now we're gonna go ahead. Next, I need to go back because I'm supposed to chop a little bit more. So the chopping is done and it's asking me to pour it into a bowl. This is the first time me doing this recipe. I can already foresee that I'm going to be changing a couple of things in order, but we'll see. So every time that you're cooking a new recipe, follow it with a little piece of pencil or a notepad nearby, just to start understanding what kind of things you're going to tweak to it, because it's going to become your recipe. You're not enslaved to it. And sometimes there's little steps that you can either reduce or improve or add new ingredients or replace other ingredients. So let's just see what this one says. Now it says to get the chicken. We're going to be doing chicken. I don't normally do chicken, but we're going to be doing chicken on this one because we want a little bit of that bone broth to bring the immune system and the, basically the immune system a little bit up when it's weak. So let's just see what these steps say. So now it's asking for the barley. Here, I'm going to show you a little trick. It says to put 100 of already rinsed barley. Well, I haven't rinsed mine out, so I'm putting a bowl. I'm going to 0. And what's 100 grams? So I'm going to go ahead and put the 100. Oh, I just so overshot that 100. Sometimes overshooting is fine, but I think this was like twice as much. So we're going to go ahead and bring that back. And I'm not actually doing barley, I'm doing spelt. And a little trick here is, you know how when they say rinse it off in water? Well, that's a lot of running water. And we need to be mindful that water is a very scarce resource. Some people don't even have it in their lives on a day-to-day. We are so fortunate to have it. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna just fill it up with a little bit of water. Like so. And I like to put, whenever I'm rinsing any kind of rice or any whole grain, I like to put it in a colander and then leave it soaking in water, and every once in a while I'll walk by and sort of clean it, make sure that, you know, the water's, yes, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but the water's becoming turbulent. So this is good that we're washing. And this would be the #1 step that I would do, actually, in this recipe. Now that I know it, I would measure the barley first and stick it soaking in water so that when I'm ready to use it, it's already nice and clean and I can go ahead with the recipe without having to wait around for it to clean up. So now that we have it nice and rinsed, we're gonna go ahead and pour it without making too much of a mess. That is done. And then we're gonna go to the next. And it says put in the steamer basket, like so, next. And then it says bring in 1 liter 500, so 1.5 liters of water into our preparation. So I've got my water here, it's in pate, and we're gonna go ahead and pour it in. Done with the water, we're going next. I'm gonna add the chicken now. In the steamer basket. This is a step that's new for me. Next. Now we're putting this on top. And we're gonna cook. Voila.